Greetings and welcome my friends. You have come over to the shark side. Usually we start out our first showcase video with a good look at the deck. This time around we saved that for tomorrow's video. If you're looking for a good deck to play, this one, sadly, is not it. We've struggled quite a lot since putting the deck together. We are quite strong against mono red. Our first game, which we showed in yesterday's game shot video, was against mono red. Here we are taking on green-white enchantments, still playing all the usual suspects. We'll snipe the Naturalist right out of their hand. From the time of his release, the Naturalist has been very strong. Taking him out before he can help the opponent will help us in the long run. The companion we won't worry about, it's only a 1/1. We'll let him get in a fight with one of our men. The Agent is a great card for us. We'll snipe another card out of their hand. And we get a 1/1 body to trade with their companion. This is essentially a skullcap snail, so if its effect should look familiar. Let's take a peek at what they tossed. Just a land. They build up their board with another Naturalist. All they need now is more enchantments to grow their men. We'll drop Massacre Girl in hopes that we can take advantage of her ability to draw us cards. We have a removal that will trigger the card draw ability. But as fate would have it, our Massacre Girl gets locked under an enchantment removal. It's a sad shame. We really would like to see more lands. If we can get to the precious 7, Toxrill could end the game. For now, we'll snipe their Naturalist. Then follow it with our hero. Without any removals in hand, their Catilda is going to be a big threat. It's likely Catilda will only get bigger. Well, we had hoped that Tesa was going to help us preserve our life total. But she goes down under an enchantment removal as well, which only makes their Catilda bigger. Our treacherous greed might bail us out. We could use some removal. Well, lands are going to get us closer to our big boss slug. But it might be too late. Well, lands are going to get us closer to our big boss slug. But it might be too late. Their Catilda gets to 8/8 and our hope is that our giant slug can slug it down to a much smaller size. Well, they draw into another enchantment and that will be the end of us. GG's. This is go go go. Or is it go, go, go? We are on the play with a decent 3-lander. We have a removal with some hand disruption. Heap. They believe in hand disruption as well. That's going to spell the end of our virtue. We'll hit them with the agent. It's revenge for that duress they got us with. We end up snagging a rather top-end spell. We have to drop the backstreet now to set up our 4 drops next time. The Surveil should prove to be useful in getting us closer to cards we want to draw. A Trespasser is going to be a pain to deal with. We'll also have to do our best to not let it flip tonight, when the Trespasser becomes more powerful. A Kaya might be good, but I think we should check out what they have in hand with Soul Search. We made a good decision, now we rip a Shouldered right out of their hand. It's gone forever. Rip Shelly. They had a lot of lands, did they keep a 4 or 5 lander? They fire back with a Lily, and now we have to see which ability they will use. That's the discard. We'll drop one of our many Kayas. Yeah, we're going to drop it. Don't stress out. They send it, but we'll save our agent for taking down Lily even if it's only 1 point. This will be an easy decision. We've got to go with the Vindicator. No disguise, we need the 4 power and the life link. And the flying. With the Vindicator we can afford to trade blows with their Trespasser.
You couldn't be more annoying!
They know they couldn't save Lily and went for the sacrifice ability.
One of your friends has
That's
to
the end of
leave.
Lily. With Teysa we might be able to build an advantage. We also have a man land we can activate and drain for 2. It's a top deck challenge. Who draws better?
Sorry, I'm not interested in dying today.
The end would be awesome, but we can't really use it on the Trespasser. We'll just swing in with our team and pass the turn. They drew a land and send it. We can gain as much life as they can deal damage. It's gonna be GG's. We'll send only the Vindicator, and just like that their head makes like a Gallagher watermelon. GG's. It's Cat's Less Trophy? Cattle's Trophy? That's a weird name for a pair of hobbits. This is a very clunky 4-lander. I mean, it is 4 lands, which is great. But after turn 2 we don't have any plays until Kaya. This is a risky keep. Keep. Let's soul search and get a peek at their hand. What the heck kind of deck is this? They are all detectives. My catless trophy guy went with all detectives. We'll take the detective lord, that one seems to be the most powerful. The one thing about these detectives is they have a bunch of them. We could easily get overwhelmed if they keep coming down. That one that gets flying is really doing a lot of work for them. It might be time to get Kaya on board. We can use her to make little blockers and eventually start taking out their men.
This will be child's play. I play by my own rules. Keeps things interesting.
They seem to have gotten stuck without any blue mana. It might slow them down enough to get us back in the game. Looks like we spoke too soon. There's the blue mana they've been missing. We'll take the damages. We need to block to trade men when we can. Chump blocking doesn't do much at all. We can activate our man land and swing in to prop up our life total. There's not much else we can do at the moment anyways. We'll make another token after combat.
Monsters know better than to hide under my bed.
Amazingly enough, they are able to drop another detective to turn on their team. That's more hits. But at least this time we can block up and take down one of their men. With all the lands we've gotten, we'll be able to drop Toxrill on our next turn. For now, we'll make sure to stay out of range of their attacks.
I play by my own rules. Keeps things interesting.
They tap all their blue mana. We will be able to drop Toxrill knowing they don't have a counter up. Here's the big bad slug. He eats men and life totals.
Apparitions come in many shapes, but they all look like a painted.
We get a bunch of little slug men and they decide they've seen enough. GG's. This is Clo-Eaton Genever. Clottingan ever? When your pants are on too tight, you make a name like this. This is a top-heavy 3-lander. We have only one card in the early turns followed by 4 drops in our big slug. This might be against my better judgment, but, keep. That's a pal, they are going to be on dinos. We'll drop our agent and snipe a card out of their hand. Let's hope they toss something good. That raptor will qualify as good. They swing in, we're okay with taking the hit. We've got more powerful stuff on the way. Another agent will rob them of more firepower. We'll swing in and at least get a hit in. A Hatcher is a solid play for them. We'll get Massacre Girl on our turn, but for now we don't have a good blocker for their dino. Well, this is getting bad. That's a dino too big for us to deal with. The fact it has flying and first strike means we aren't dealing with it in combat. They would have to make mistakes for us to get them at this point. I'm surprised they send the team. We'll block what we can and hope for removals. We can take out another dino. Once again, we have to get to Toxrill mana and hope he saves the day. That pretty much kills us. We're done. Ah. They didn't swing in with the PAL. We get another turn. We end up drawing nothing that can save us. It's GG's. And time to take a break to make some changes to the deck. One problem we've had is we've felt like we're not drawing enough removal. Let's up the removal count for sure. First we'll take out cards we feel haven't been working all that well. And that's the Hero and Kaya. That's 4 slots that are now available. We'll take a moment to look over the list and see what else we might change. There's 2 Toxrill in the deck, but it feels like we've been drawing him in the majority of our games. We'll add one more the end. Then we'll take out Teysa. She just hasn't performed well when we've gotten her in play. Soul Enervation has been alright. It is removal that works with Massacre Girl. We need more cheap removal, so we'll add Go for the Throat. I hate to take out the Vindicator, but it's rather pricey. We want to get some cheaper men, and I know exactly what we can add. That's our changes, time to go play some games. Brown. What you don't want to download in your pants. Brown. We get a decent 3-lander. We'd like to see an early removal, but you know, the shuffler. Let's see what they're holding. And take away their most valuable precious. This is a lot of good stuff here. Am I balling the virtue? They can't keep that. We did it before and we'll do it again. We're going back for the end. We take a 3-point hit. The board advantage is theirs, but we have knowledge advantage. The agent will snipe another card. It looks like they let their land go. We'll block since we're giving away too much life if we take the damages. We draw Toxrill. With only 2 in the deck we should rarely see it, but our slug shows up in the majority of our games. What's worse is we're stuck on 3 lands. We take another hit, but for some reason they don't pump their shadow. That could have been a lot more damage. We'll take out one of their men and hope for better draws. This is how you know the shuffler hates you. They take a moment to go do the do. I mean, unless they're making a sandwich or something. They finally swing in and start pumping the life out of their shadow. We get brought down to 5 life. The good news is, now we can fire off our the end for only 2 black mana. We'll pass the turn and wait for them to pump their shadow before we fire off our removal. Might as well make them spend their turn on what they believe is lethal. And now we strike. No more shadows this game. Maybe we can mount a comeback. Now that we've gotten a 4th land. It's going to be tough knowing they have a pair of commands in hand. Any size man will be great for them now since all they need to do is get in a couple more hits. We'll just try to hold them off the best we can. Every removal could end up being very valuable. Let's keep that on top. The agent steals a cut down. There might be hope for us yet. That does it for their commands. They've used both of them now. They get a timely cut down. We probably should have gone with Massacre Girl. A Lord Skitter threatens to take over the game. His token making ability make them a small army pretty fast. They exiled one of our men from the grave and that gets us a couple points of life. That might have been a mistake. Massacre Girl might hold them up. Unless they have removal. Or they get a Lily. They just milled her and got her back. Sometimes you get a good break.
Telling me what you know about the Raven. Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
We get removal, so we'll off the big rat. This might give us a chance.
I'm tired of her secrets.
Braids? We might be done here, boys. I don't know how we survive. We get the mighty 7th land. That's Toxrill Manor. Let's go.